In this movie, we're going to show how to toolpath the previously created molding. We're going to start off by getting rid of these 2D contours, which you don't need anymore. And we're going to take this relief and move it to the lower left-hand corner of the plate by hitting the Control button and the 1 from the number pad to the right of the keyboard. When we created this relief, it was resting on top of the material, so I'll first of all select it and see that it's 0.9890 inches, and my material thickness has been set to 1 inch, so I know this relief will fit inside the plate. I'm going to come here to the Align Reliefs tool and move it inside the plate. Now I'll create a toolpath, and because there's a little bit of material here to be removed, I'm going to do two different toolpaths. One will be a rough pass, and the other will create the actual surface. In both cases, I'm going to use the island fill toolpath because they'll be more efficient. I'm going to come here and select the tool I want to use, and in this case I'll use a 3/8 inch end mill, or I could use a 3/8 inch ball nose tool as well. I might use a ball nose tool in this place. So we'll choose a 3/8 ball end mill, and we'll put a depth of 0.9 inches. So we're not going quite all the way to the bottom of the material, and we'll do an overcut here and allow this to travel 0.2 inches past the edge of the part. I'll also decide the overlap and the feed rates here by assigning these values, and we'll keep this an overlap of 50 and assign a feed rate of 300 inches per minute. Now I can hit the OK button, and we'll see that this toolpath is going to be created. Now I might want to do a little bit more detailed tool with a higher overlap to give a little better overall appearance. So this time I'm going to choose a little smaller tool, a 3/16 tool, and I will go all the way down to the desired depth. And I won't need to go quite so much past the edge here, so we'll say 0.09. And I would want to increase my overlap so that I'm going to put the feed rates in as well. Now I would want to increase my overlap in this case to be able to get a nice smooth part. So we'll go to the fill and change the overlap to 90% and hit OK. When it comes time to cutting this part out, I can treat it as a regular 2D shape and just apply a routing offset to it. Because we're using an island fill, it's going to travel the same direction as the part and take the longest sweeping motions to help reduce the cut time. Now that the toolpath has been created, I can zoom into the top view and take a closer look at it. And we'll go up here to the zoom toolbar, and we can see that we have two different tool paths, one which will be a rough pass and the other creating a nice smooth finish. And as I said, we can treat this as a 2D cutout in terms of doing a cutout of this part. So this is how we would take the toolpath provided and do a cutout on this. And now because this is based upon a 2D object, we could actually take this part and do multiple parts of it. And we're going to select this part. And move this off the plate. And now we can come here to the First of all, let's come here to the view menu and turn off the toolpath direction, make this part a little faster to redraw. And now we're going to come here to the nesting tool, and we can actually create multiples of this by holding down on the nesting tool. Going to nest multiples. We'll select this part. And let's try and fit 15 of these on the screen. We can determine our gap between the parts, how much rotation we would allow. We'll say up to a 5-degree rotation, and hit the OK button. So because we base the reliefs in and route on a 2D shape and not a material size, it's easy to take a particular part like this and create multiples of it and nest it to get the most efficient use of the 3D. I'm just drawing each of the parts here with the toolpath. And any remaining parts that won't fit on this sheet would be put on an additional sheet. And you could change the nesting parameters and try and fit as many in here as possible. So this has been a conclusion of how to toolpath and create multiple parts of the 3D molding.